Good morning, Year 5. Yes, it is a bit early. It's 10:42, and I've had a cake. It's not my fault. It's Mr. Tang's fault. He's been handing them round. He made them at home last night. There's a reason why I haven't eaten it all. Don't tell him, but he's not very nice. Okay. Anyway, cracking on with some maths today. So again, I'm going to go through as much as possible here. We have just done about understanding percentages yesterday. We're looking at percentages as fractions and as decimals. You've got a feedback starter here. You need to think, what is 1.0 or just 1 as a decimal? What would that be as a fraction and a percentage? And then work your way through here. If 1 is equal to 100%, 0.5 would then be equal to, you can work that out, 0.25, 0.75, etc. What 0.1p? And then there's 1 on the end to see how you get on with that. Just some slides that I want you to have a look at to start with. Right, the introduction page. We're going to go through this together. You need to match the statement to the correct percentage, and it is over here. I have printed it off also. So, match the statement to the correct percentage. Violet scored 82 out of 100 in a recent maths test. So, 82, if my pen works. 82 out of 100. What is that as a percentage? Now, I'm not going to necessarily give you the answers in today's video. I'm just going to help you out. Dante scored 6 out of 10 in a recent spelling test. 6 out of 10. Now, we've got 1 out of 100, 1 out of 10, so we can use equivalent fractions here. What do we times 10 by? To get 100, we times it by 10. So we times the denominator by 10. Whatever we do to the denominator, we need to do to the numerator. So we need to do 6 times 10 also, to get that into an equivalent fraction of the same denominator. These two fractions are equivalent, remember. So we've got 60 out of 100. You can put that into your own percentage. Genevieve, if I've even said that correctly, scored 40 out of 50 in a recent music exam. Same thing happens here. We need to get that into an equivalent fraction. We have 100 as a denominator here, 100 as a denominator here. Got 50. What do we do to 50 to get it to 100? We times that by 2. So our denominator is now at 100. 40 times 2 is 80 out of 100. Now, have a little look here. It's up to you to work this out. 82 out of 100, what percentage? I'm not going to go through that. I'm going to give you a chance. But can you see that I'm still showing my workings? I'm still showing it. So if I've done 60 times 10 and got the answer as 50, I know I've gone wrong somewhere. So it's very important to keep showing your answers. Now, the answers are on the PowerPoint. I'm not going to give you them in that section. Then you'll go through varied fluency 1. Match the fraction with the equivalent decimals, whichever one you think here. And then you need to match it up to percentages as well. So 62 out of 100, if you think that is... Oh, come on, focus phone. If you think that's, I don't know, 0.19... and then you think it's 54%, if you think they match up, then draw a line to them. Remember, I'm not expecting you to print these slides out. I'm just expecting you to go through and think, just understand. Use a piece of paper if you need to. 62 out of 100, what's that as a decimal? What's it as a percentage? That's it, okay? So you've got this, and then the answers, obviously, just to make sure you're on the right track. And then we've got varied fluency 2. Now, this is slightly different. That's why I want to have a look at it this morning. Circle the odd one out. Now, I printed this slide out as well. We look here, we'll check it as always. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 by 10, this is 100 square. So what we have here is out of 100. Now, we know that one column, because I've just counted them, and we know 10 by 10, that's worth 10. That's worth 10, okay? So we count them up. We've got 10, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. So we have 25 out of 100 here. Okay, first things first, before even looking at the question of circle the odd one out, we got 25 out of 100. Now, what is 25 out of 100? Again, I'm not going to give you the answer here. I'm just going to go through it. 25 out of 100, would that be 25%? Percent, yesterday went through and said that cent means something. So if you think cent means something that would be related or the same, as 25 out of 100, then circle this one. Okay, over here, 0.25. We've already had a look at these. We said if there's 1, that might mean something. So if 0.25 would be the same as 25 out of 100, give that one a circle. And here we've got 0.1, 0.1, 0.01, 0.01, 0.01, 0.01, 0.01. Add it all up. See what it adds up to. Is it the same as this, or is it the same as something else that we might have circled already? I don't know. It's up to you. Last one is a fraction. We got 25 over 200. Now, have a little look. If you think this is the equivalent to 25 out of 100, then give it a circle. If not, remember it says circle the odd one out. So we're just looking at that. So make sure you come back to the question and you answer it. Okay? Then, if we look a little bit further, we are going through the PowerPoint some more. We've got varied fluency 2, varied fluency 3, varied fluency 4, and problem solving. We need to make sure we are getting onto problem solving, as it is a slightly different way of thinking. So I've printed this slide out as well.
I love this. This is amazing.
Thank you, Mr. Tang. Right, so there are two...
Back with your boy, Mr. Wait, and this is YouTube Maths. Boo, boo, boo.
Oh, man, thank you. I'll record that every time. There you go. There's a little bit of excitement for the day from Mr. Tang. Okay, problem solving 1. There are 200 sweets in a jar. Ben takes 2/5 of the sweets. Hannah takes 3/5 of the sweets. I don't like that. That's better. Right, Ben takes 2/5 of the sweets. Mr. Waite takes 35% of the sweets. I like sweets. I don't want Hannah to have any. I'm going to have them. So, 200 sweets in a jar. Ben takes 2/5, and I've got a percentage. So, we've got fraction and percentage. We need to try and find out what the equivalents are. So, we're going to work through this one together. 35% as a fraction. Cent being 100. So, we know we've got 35 over 100. So, that's me, Mr. Waite. Greedy Mr. Waite's got 35 out of 100 of these sweets. So for every 100 sweets, I've got 35 of them. Now, Ben takes 2/5 of the sweets. Now, we need to get 2/5 into something over 100. Now, what did we do to get from 5 to 100? We times it by 20. And whatever we do to the denominator, we do to the top. So 2 times 20 is 40. So whilst I have 35 of every 100 sweets, Ben is even greedier and he's got 40. So that means then, how many sweets does each child have left? How many sweets left in jar? What percentage is this? Interesting. Now, we could start off. So if I have 35 out of every 100 sweets and we have 200 sweets, we could just turn a percentage out, turn a fraction out of 200. What do we do to the denominator to get it in out of 200? Times it by 2. Now we've got it out of 200 because there's 200 sweets in the jar. Now, whatever we do to the denominator, we need to do to the numerator. 35 times 2 is 70. So, that's Mr. Waite. I was hoping for more sweets than that, if I'm honest. However, I will make do. So, I have 70 out of 200 sweets. I have 70 sweets. Over here, we do exactly the same. 100 times by 2 to get it out of 200. 40 times by... I need to get a better pen next time. Times by 2 gives 80. So Ben has 80 sweets. I have 70. So how many sweets does each child have? We're going to put B for Ben, 80. And then MW for Mr. Waite has, how many do I have? 70. Okay, how many sweets are left in a jar? We know we've got 200 sweets in a jar. Take away what is combined of 70 plus 80. So combined, we've got 70 add 80. 0 add 0 is 0. 7 add 8 is 15. Remember the 5 and 10s column, we carry the 1 over. So that's 150 sweets. Sorry, camera's over here. That's 150 sweets in total between Mr. Waite and Ben. So we've got 200 sweets minus 150. 0 minus 0 is 0. We cannot do 0 take away 5. So we borrow 1 from the 100th, which then equals 10 tens. Because this is the 100th column, 10s column, 1s column. So now we have 10 tens take away 5 tens, which is 5 tens. We have 1 100th take away 1 100th, 0. So we've got 50 as our answer. Now if we come back to the question, how many sweets are left in the jar? We've done 200 sweets in a jar. Take away how many Ben has. Take away how many Mr. Waite has. That equaled 150. So there are 50 sweets left in a jar. So 50 left in jar. Perfect. What percentage is this? So what percentage of sweets are left in the jar. So if we have 50 out of 200 left in the jar, we can just then start either looking at how many 50s go into 200, so how many times does 50 go into 200, or we can just start simplifying these if we wanted to. There's a lot of noise. I think they're playing hide and seek around. Who have you lost? No, he's not in here. I'm sure he's not in here. Okay, so you can start simplifying this if you wish, or just how many 50s go into 200. If not, we can just percentage. We need it to be out of 100. So what we can do here is divide 200 by 2. That would get our denominator, sorry, we're down here, as 100. Then whatever we do to denominator, we need to do to the numerator. 50 divided by 2. If we need to, we'll work it out here. 2, 50. How many 2's into 5? That would be 2. We have 1 left over, so that creates 10. How many 2's into 10? Goes 5. The answer would be 25. So we get 25 over 100. So 25 over 100 would be equal to 25%. Perfect. So I've gone through the reasoning with you. Now, after you've gone through the problem solving, go back, still work your way through. There's examples here of the answers, what fractions, decimal below, put them, change them, etc., etc. Go through and then start on the sheets. There will be quite a lot to do, but just remember there is an hour set aside for maths lessons in school, so please use all the time. This will hopefully help you on some of your questions with the sheets. I'm only expecting you to do either Mega Hot, either Hot and Spicy, Mega Hot, or Are You Nuts, and either A or B. If you choose to do more, that's great, but we would like to see varied fluency and reason of problem solving of either Hot and Spicy, Mega Hot, or Are You Nuts. If you choose to do more, then fantastic. This is your own learning, remember. Okay, perfect. Sorry for a bit of disruption in this video. However, it's great to show some positivity still around school with the people that are in. So I'm going to leave that in. Hope you're having a fantastic day, and I'm hoping the sun stays out tomorrow. Perfect. Take care.